Ambient interior lighting. I've got some, I ordered it ages ago. I've been looking at some ideas. Let's go install it. Right, so I've always had some, but I've only recently plugged them in and currently they're just sat down here because I don't really know where to put them. So I'm not sure how I feel about having it like on my own feet, looking at the driver's side. But so I get this out here, like I'm not sure, I don't really want to see my own feet while I'm driving. I'm definitely going to put them on the passenger side though, and then I'll go from there and just see what they look like. Let's not forget that. If you're wondering how they work, they're just USB currently. They go into my, let's turn that torch on. They go into here, which I have a splitter in to work my like melody box, and then they split off into these two. Okay, so it looks like they split off here. So I'm going to try and keep one of them out of the way, and then the other one is going to go under here. So it's just got some 3M tape here, as I said before. So this is going to go under here. I'm just going to take off this 3M tape. If this goes wrong, I've got some spare 3M tape anyway. Just peeling that off. See how good this stuff is after it's been kind of sat in my car for ages. Let's find a good spot, I think over here. There's no way that's coming off anytime soon. Alright. Let's give it just a very brief test before I'm happy with it. And if not, I've got some spare 3M tape which I can use to just reapply it. Alright, let's give it a go. See how this looks. Turn that on. Ooh, very nice. Let's go around. Alright, that looks good. I'm happy with that. And then now if you look under here, you can just see where it's attached to. Really simple. So now I just need to deal with the wire and maybe come up with the place for the second one. Flip you over because you're annoying. Yeah, that's good, I like that. Right, I'm just going to do exactly the same as I did with my dash cam wire. Just grab it, find the lining, and just go behind it. So it's really nice and easy because there is just a lining or the carpet that you can just kind of shove it behind. Alright, there we go. So these are plugged in here. It's very messy right now because of the extra one coming out here. But you can see it's plugged in down here and it's hidden all under here. You can just about catch a glimpse from the actual ambient lighting itself, but yeah, I'm very happy with that. That's nice and clean, looks pretty good. This bit could probably be shoved down under here. That's really hard to see from this angle. But yeah, that should look pretty clean once I've got all this stuff sorted out on here. As long as you just don't look there, which no one should anyway. Because with the lights off, yeah, not even noticeable. Alright, this is where regular tape comes in useful, because there's one spot just under here where I could feasibly put some lighting on this side, but I have no clue whether I'm going to like the way it looks. So let's just flip these on and have a look. Because currently, that's not too bad, but I'm worried what it's going to be like when I'm driving. And as well, if I just flip these off, let's have a look. Because actually, that's not that bad at all. Let's look at the other side. Yeah, that looks pretty good in the low light. It looks very red on this camera, but I promise you it's not that bad at all, it's just the low light. And you can't really see it from this side, which is quite good. Let me get in the driver's seat and have a look. Right, so this is my POV when I'm driving with everything on kind of in night mode. So dash cam's still nice and bright, not dash cam, dashboard is still nice and bright. And over here, this looks bright, but if I have something to adjust it, it's not too bad, to be honest. Like, this is a dark car park, so this is like a good idea of what it would appear like if I'm driving at night. And that's not too distracting at all, I'd be happy with that. And the fact that it's the red light just means that it just keeps my night vision a bit better. As you can see as well on my hand here, there is a little red light here that shines down onto the gear stick so you can see it at night as well. So red is really good. So now I'm just a bit unsure about the feet, like, I'm not even sure, it just looks cool. Let's go over you down here, can you even see it? Not really. Oh, that's because that's another. So I just have to go through here. Like, it's fine, but I'm not really sure what I'll get from having my feet lit up like this. Like I don't know if it's cool, I'm not really sure if I like it. So what I might do is trial it back under here where it was before and just see if I can find a nice place to sit it. Because at the moment I'm kind of 50-50 on the feet being lit up. But it's not too bright, which is quite nice. Like I'll be able to drive like this without it being distracting. Like I can barely see it out of the corner of my eyes, to be honest. So we'll give it a go. Right, I've sat here and played around for just a little bit. And instead of just putting it by my feet, I've got a little bit of an idea. So I'm not even going to be able to see in this light. Let me turn this on. So underneath the dashboard bit here, there's like a tiny little crevice, which is just so useful. Like if I drop this down. Well, I say useful, it's useless because there's a tiny thing here, which I think is only useful like coins. Like I have no clue what it was designed for, but there's a perfect gap where I could put it on there, which while I'm driving, like you can barely notice, which slightly illuminates down there. If I turn this back off. Also provides a bit of illumination on the pedal side without it being too over the top. So compared to before where it was down here and then all I could see was my feet. So I'm not quite certain yet, but I'm thinking this side might be a bit better. However, this might be slightly less distracting for me. I'm just going to put some tape back up and then see if I decide again. Right, so I think under here it looks pretty cool from when you actually get to go into the car. When you open the door up, I think it illuminates down there really nicely. Just turn the light on a bit. This is what it will look like a bit more. I think that's quite nice from when you open the door and you have to get really low to actually see it at all. And it does provide a little bit of illumination down there. Let's just change it one last time. And this is what it looks like under the driver's seat. So, actually it's even less visible, to be honest. I can barely notice that in comparison. Let's have a sit. Right, compared to the other position here, can't even see my hands. This is actually a lot less in your face, to be honest. I think this is arguably a little bit better. And then you've got the symmetrical aspect as well to consider. That might be the play. Sure, it illuminates my left foot a little bit, but to be honest, it's not the end of the world. And if I get annoyed, I can always rip it off and reposition it. So I might just go for that for now. And then at least it looks factory, because the original Honda lights, which I'll put here somewhere, have that like split side kind of aspect to them. So it looks a bit more legitimate. And of course I've picked the red because it matches my red dials in the background. I can change the background. I'm not sure I can change the dials, not that I want to, because red's reserved for the Type R and the Sport. So I'm going to stick with that. Alright, let's take a look. Nice. Just a really gentle glow. Alright, happy with that. I'll stop it as high as I possibly can back here. So it should just give a really gentle afterglow. Just positioning it that tiny bit higher has improved my leg situation massively, because now it's just not as bright directly on my feet. So it's just nice and ambient, which, to be honest, I barely even notice whilst facing forward like this. So very happy with how it's turned out. Okay, that's that first mod's done for now. I'm very happy with that. I'm not sure how I'm going to add any more ambient lighting. The next step is to properly hardwire it in so that it comes on when I want it to, but that's just a lot of effort given that I have USB access and it's completely available to me. So I actually think for a very cheap approach, this looks not too tacky, but you just have to very correctly position where you're placing them. Otherwise, if you can see the individual LEDs or it's too bright directly at you, it just looks disgusting. I've seen so many versions or attempts from people who just don't quite get the smooth lighting. So as long as you've directed it away from people and it's just highlighting certain areas, not too brightly, I think it can be really tasteful. I think it's worked quite well in this car, so it's made it look a bit more modern, which I'm really pleased about.